Hello and welcome everybody around the world, all of you who are tuning in, and to those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, a very happy first day of fall. It's finally here, and we're so glad to see it. So welcome. See a lot of people hopping in here. We'll go down through some comments here very shortly. Hopefully the stream quality is good. I'm seeing some reports that's looking pretty good, so that's excellent. Hopefully my internet connection holds up, but so far it looks like it's doing very well. So let everybody start hopping in here. Start dumping your questions in the comment section. That way we can get to them here in just a little bit and start answering some of those questions. So great to see everybody on this beautiful first day of fall. Fantastic day. All right. So we'll go ahead and take it from the top as we do with the comments section. Guys, keep dumping them in, and we'll work down through. There could be somebody joining us here in just a little bit, so we'll see if he ends up hopping in. But we'll go ahead and get kicked off and see if he wants to join us here in just a little bit. So let me get pulled up here. All right. There we go. Okay. First comment, The Birder's Way. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Yankee Echo. Caleb, so great to see you. Caleb's been in the comments section on so many of these live streams, and it's been fantastic to watch his journey. But Caleb is now a licensed technician as of, a day or two ago, a couple days ago. And call sign KF8EYE. I love that call. It's such a great call sign, and just fantastic work there, Caleb. And as we get questions, we're going to add them to a backlog. I'm going to kind of run through the introduction comments here, and then as we get time here in just a few minutes, we'll start answering some questions. So Rob, KB6JFL, hello. Great to see you. Yes, fall has indeed arrived. Melvin, F4MPL. Hello. Great to see you. I believe that is a French call sign. So we are truly international today. Great to see you, my friend. Jason, KQ4UEI. That sounds familiar. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat here. Dave, Golf Zero Oscar Echo Sierra. That sounds like a Great Britain call. So great to see you, Dave. Jose, hello. Good to have you back, my friend. Caleb says stream looks great. That's awesome. Glad it hasn't caused any issues yet, and let's hope it stays that way. Aloha. I am afraid I'm going to mispronounce your name, your screen name here, but great to see you in the chat here, and hope you stick around, and hope to see you in future chats. Stephen Mindy, hello from Ohio. KE8 Victor Charlie Bravo. Great to have you. Hey, Jacob. Jacob is AI5XR, I believe is your call sign. Currently, your new amateur extra call sign, and Jacob is a fantastic friend of World Radio League, and he's given us some great input over the last several months, and just been a great friend of the platform. Jacob says looking good on Facebook. That's great. Yes, guys, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So go to your preferred streaming service and pull us up. Brightline Tech Solutions LLC says the stream is great. Good to hear. Hey, Ricky, IU1PZC. Good to see you, Ricky. Great to have you in here. All right. Looks like we've got a question from Michael. Michael, we'll get to that here in just very shortly. Um, Dave Owen asks how accurate the propagation chart is for Europeans. The propagation chart is more of a global chart, so it's based off of solar conditions. So it's pretty much solar conditions is what it is. So it's the condition of how the sun is affecting propagation conditions. So it really should be, accurate for wherever you are in the world. So that should not affect you at all. Um, but we can dive a little deeper in that here in just a few minutes. Hey Jason. Um, all right. Tom says, looking forward to getting to an update on the database push so we can get back to bugging the team with our QOL request. I think multi-op POTA customizable spotting sidebar are on my wish list. They're on our wish list as well, on our planned development list, actually. At least the multi-op POTA, and we'll get into the customizable spotting sidebar. I want to hear from you on that. If you want to kind of give me a little bit more information on that, we can do kind of a deeper dive into that here shortly. Database, we are on our last leg, guys. So just the last leg of the implementation, and we'll be good to go. I mean, it's going to be super exciting. Honestly, you guys are going to see some fantastic performance improvements, but we're going to feel it really, really strong right off, the improvements on our end more. But what's going to happen is that's going to break loose a huge gusher of features here in the very near future. If you send us like a report or a request, you're going to hear in over the next month, we're going to be catching up on a backlog of stuff that you guys have been pouring into us, giving us some amazing feedback, and we're going to be working through that, and then you guys are going to see an absolute gusher of amazing new features that we've been planning for a long time, and we had to do this database upgrade before we could implement. So we can chat more about that here in just a little bit. Dan says it would be handy if we had the ban plans per country rather than just the U.S. We've actually got some things in the works here, Dan, that will, yes, we're going to, we're planning on implementing some more IARU regions. So keep on the lookout for that. That is definitely in the plan. Woods and Bikes, hello, in 3 land. Good to see him. Mike Sheeran, KD4DRB, North Carolina, checking in. Good to see you, Mike. Michael Sepko, done a great job. Okay, all right. Yep, I'm adding that to my question list, and we'll get to that very shortly. All right. Let's see here. Here we go. There's congratulations to Caleb. Absolutely. Caleb's he's done fantastic. He's got his technician, and he's diving straight into the hobby. I'll drop a link to the Discord here shortly, but he's in the Discord, asking questions and getting feedback from other hams, and he's really excited about this hobby, and it's great to see it. We're super happy to have him on board. Steve, hello. Good to see you. Stuart, good to see you, Stu, from Vermont. Steve, 2 Echo 0 Kilo Charlie Juliet, good to see you. All right. Let's see here. We've got K9 SDC, good to see you. Michael McAllister, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Woody, good to see you, Woody. And Ernest, good to see you, Ernest. Subscribe with notifications enabled and thumbs up. Everybody, smash that like button down below. Just hit it, get our numbers up, and just go watch some of our other YouTube videos. We've got a great backlog of videos, so go take a look at some of our other videos when we get done with the stream here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into some of the questions we've got here. The first one is from Caleb. Can I keep my tech license even after I move to my general license? Tech license call sign, even after I move to my general license? Yes, absolutely. So when you upgrade to your general, if I'm not mistaken, you have the option to opt for a general call sign, or you can keep your tech call sign. You do not lose your call sign if you don't want to. It's totally your prerogative. Same with upgrading from general to extra. You can keep as long as you keep your license up to date. Renewed every 10 years. You can keep your call sign, for a lifetime. It's your call sign, and nobody can, it's up to you to keep it or lose it. So if you want to apply for a vanity call, I believe James put together a really fantastic video on that, either here on the World Radio League YouTube channel or over on the Ham Radio Prep YouTube channel, on how to apply for a vanity call. But if you want to keep your call, which that's a really cool call, Caleb, and I wouldn't blame you for keeping it. If you want to keep your call, absolutely, you can absolutely do that. So 100%, yes, sir. All right, Michael Sepko. Quick question: how come only POTA spots appear for the most part? Don't see many regular. So I see here. I think we've got a video up now on our updated spotting system. Let me see if we've got that here. Give me just 1 second to pull up our videos and see if we've got an updated spotting video. We've got there we go. Yes. Let me go ahead and drop that in the comments here. Wait, by default, what's going to pull up is the Parks on the Air spots plus the internal World Radio League spots. But you can go into the settings and enable 3 DX clusters plus SOTA plus WWFF. You can enable the whole lot, all the spots you want to see from our spotting page. So, yeah, absolutely. It's there to it's in the filters and the settings. So feel free to enable that. If you want to see more spots than just POTA. All right. So yes, the propagation chart. We covered that. So basically, it's solar conditions. Just basically a live feed of solar conditions, and it updates it's incrementally throughout the day, either every hour, every 3 hours, something like that. And that's a 24-hour cycle. So depending on I'm sure the day side of the earth versus the night side of the earth is definitely affected, but it's a global metric. So I would it's definitely a global metric. It's doesn't matter where you're at in the world. So all right, Tom says looking forward to getting an update. Yeah, we took a look at this. Tom, I want to know what you're thinking as far as customizable spotting sidebar. Definitely want to hear your thoughts there, because that's we're built off of user feedback for a very a very large portion of our software. So hunting multi-op POTA is definitely on the list, but I definitely want to hear what you're thinking there with the customizable spotting sidebar. So let me know. All right, what else do we have here? Michael says, not more non-POTA spot. Okay, this is part 2 of the question we got earlier. Feels like they're mostly only POTA. Would be good to see more DX, regular DX. Yes. So, if you just go and enable some of those filters, some of those extra filters that you've got, like I said, 3 DX clusters plus WWFF plus Summits on the Air. If you go and enable those other sources, you'll get plenty more spots for sure. Dan says would also be good if you could easily merge or import logs into the Android app. So this is definitely good feedback. So currently, I believe the process is you can. I'm checking on my mobile app right now. It's actually a testing copy of the mobile app due to some of our updates that are coming, but I was just checking here. I believe currently the process is you can export very easily. Yes, you can export very easily, but we don't yet have an import functionality on the mobile app. So let me do a screen grab here. Oops. Let's try this again. All right. I'm adding this to our chat list. So give me just a moment to there we go. Okay. I've added it to our team chat. So we'll be taking a look at that. Thank you. Ernest says subscribe with notifications enabled and thumbs up. Great, Ernie. Thank you for subscribing and giving us the thumbs up there. Fantastic. Ed says it'd be nice when you change bands using the spotting page. The USB upper sideband or lower sideband would also change using the spotting page. Not sure exactly what the suggestion is there. So let me pull up quickly here. See if we can see what you're talking about. So if I pull this up, go to the spotting page, and say I go to CRM here, it's in single sideband is the mode. Can enable. Okay, so yeah, I think I see what you're saying. You want be this versus this. Most spots are going to be in single sideband. So I would recommend, in fact, I think what we need to do is just I think, if I'm not mistaken, on the back end we're handling it. If you enable SSB, you get SSB, USB, and LSB all at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. So I would enable SSB, and then that should cover you for the whole scope of everything there. Thank you for that. Great question. Okay. Watching from Spain on a holiday. Great to see you. Fantastic. Thanks, Jason. Willard. Hello, Willard. Good to see you. All right. Craig Bushby, new to World Radio League. Ham Radio Prep brought me here. That's what we like to see. Great, Craig. Fantastic. I'm going to send this over to the team because this is feedback they love to hear. Great to see you, Craig. KM4FXP. Glad to have you here. You're welcome anytime. Please come back to our future lives. We run a pretty regular weekly schedule. We got very much heads down in some not only some the database work, but also some content production stuff. And we haven't been keeping up with our schedule, but we are getting back. We're back. We're here today, and we're going to try to keep these going. So, and also potentially we've got some more QRM podcast episodes coming up. We just dropped the fully edited version. We realized we hadn't got the fully edited version of QRM episode 5. We did a live stream on Field Day, but we hadn't got the edited version added to the podcast feed. So that's dropped now. And we've got QRM episode 6 that we just recorded about state QSO parties. So go check those out on the World Radio League YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts when you get a chance. So, all right. What else do we have here? Aloha from Hawaii. Delwyn. Okay, great to see you, Delwyn. Good to have you here. Dan says it would also be nice if you could produce a log activity report or summary showing how many DX contacts were made by country, longest distance QSO, bands used, etc. We indeed have that. So let us take a look here. I'll show you. So if I go over here, let me grab one of my old POTA activations for a demo here. So if I pull up this Parks on the Air activation, you can see here, if I jump over here to the stats page, gives me a full breakdown of the activity report. This is DX entities contacted with number of contacts per entity. We've got longest distance contact. We've got bands and modes used here. We've got QSO rate. This one is a POTA activation, but I broke it up over like morning and evening, so it's like a really long activation. So the rate's terribly low, but yeah, it was within the same UTC day, and you see how many park to park contacts I made. Anyway, it gives a whole breakdown of everything, how many states and provinces were contacted. So really cool. And then if you do a map share, you also get kind of a breakdown of those stats, some of those stats on the side of your map share as well. So cool. Thanks for asking for that. You gave me a good chance to show off our stats there, Dan. All right. Greetings to Joe. Great to see you, Joe. Welcome to the stream. Katie2 RPB. Andy Cowley, great to see you, my friend. It's been a while since I've seen you. I guess we both haven't been in YouTube live stream comment sections together for a while, but now you're in mine, so good to see you, sir. HB9HXD Daniel, hello. Thank you for viewing us from Switzerland. Please don't neglect the Android apps. I see it has a few fewer features, but otherwise, biggest fan. Great to see you, Daniel. Let me tell you, we're doing some a little bit more minor upgrades to the mobile app for our database upgrade to to bring everything together. Then we've got some things planned in the works for the mobile app. So the mobile app, just as a by way of explanation, the mobile app is meant to supplement the web app and the coming desktop app. So it's meant to be more of a portable, quick and easy Parks on the Air activation, that type of thing with offline capability. But we do plan to add some more expanded features, so stay tuned for that. We're really excited about some of the things we potentially have coming. So what else do we have here? All right. Tom, W9TEF, customizable spotting sidebar. Want to collapse filters for small screens, add park number and state columns. Also want park number and QSO time on the log sidebar. Very good suggestions, Tom. I'm not sure. We're going to have to do a deep dive on that to see how much is feasible, how much is possible. But as one of our great developers says, something to the effect of anything is possible with time. So something like that. So we'll do a quick. We'll definitely do a dive in that. Take a look. See what's available for that there. Let's see here. All right, guys. Give me just 1 second here. All right, there we go. So. Yes, absolutely. Caleb, I'm not sure which you're referring to, but we've covered a lot of territory already, and we're only 26 minutes into the stream, guys. Keep those questions and comments coming. WN5RMP, any plans to have the logbook map show date ranges as opposed to by the number of contacts? That's a very, very extraordinarily good call out, Ricky. Let me pass this over to the team, and we'll see how that is received by the team. We've already got several things that we can, several great suggestions by you guys that we can implement eventually. So thank you, Ricky, for that call out. That's a very, very good suggestion. I love it. Passing that on to the team for for discussion. So thank you for that. Timothy, question. Yesterday, I activated my first POTA park. When I put in the location info in World Radio League app, it showed the park number as KFF1903. Had to go in and manually change it to US-1093. Is there a way to set that? When put the location info, World Radio League app. So I'm guessing. So the KFF is a worldwide flora and fauna reference. So what I'm guessing is that it pulled your worldwide flora and fauna park instead of your POTA park. So what I would suggest is submit those contacts. Make sure that the numbers are not the same. So make sure you got the correct POTA number for your park and the correct worldwide flora and fauna number for the park if it is activated under both references. And then it doesn't matter whether you called CQWWFF or not, you can still submit that log to Worldwide Flora and Fauna Program. So submit it to both if it is under both programs, submit your logs to both. And then what you'll want to do when you submit is here. Let me go ahead and share my screen once again. What you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure you have the POTA reference added here, and then you can add a WWFF reference here. And that gives you both references. Save that. Then when you go over here to your export, you'll get an export option for the POTA reference and one for the WWFF reference. Just export both of them and send them to the respective. Now, the WWFF and the POTA references could match. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So double check before you submit it. But yeah, I'm guessing that is a park that is activatable under both. So congrats for that. That's awesome. You can get credit for both programs. All right. I found that self-spotting sometimes spawns 2 or 3 versions of me rather than omitting the spot. This is a pain when having to QSY. Okay, I get that. Is this with Dan? Is this with internal World Radio League spots or POTA auto spots? Be interested to know that. Let me know if you can in another comment. All right. Let's see here. All right, Josh Cook. After logging a park-to-park contact, have the logging template return to previous setting so that the next contact is not automatically set as park-to-park. So, okay, so yeah, there's a little bit of confusion around this feature. So let me go ahead and share this once again. So if you log a serial, let me get a POTA logbook here. If you log a park to park here and you leave it open, I don't know if you're in the mobile app or the web app, but I'm going to do this in the mobile app for demonstration. If you log this and you don't go ahead and close it, you log a contact. Excuse me, if you do go ahead and close it, then it will after you log this contact, it will remove that park. If you do not close it, then sometimes it will leave that park sitting there. Yeah, you'll have to deal with it around the next time. So that's definitely something we can look into. And look who just jumped in. Hey, James.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw you off, Andy. Can you hear me okay, or is my mic? Am I?
Oh, you're good. I'm hearing you just fine.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for the invite to the stream today. I thought I'd just hop in, but you look like you're on a roll here.
Oh, so glad to see you. I kind of gave a teaser that you might be showing up later. So great to have you on stream.
No, and I'm really, really happy to see that we are getting a lot of really good suggestions and feedback here. I'm sure you may, so Hi guys. If you don't know me yet, I'm James N0WRL. I'm the CEO of Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League, and I'm sure Andy has given you a little bit of updates on the database work that we're doing right now. But I guess since I'm hopping in here, I guess I'll just give the short. We started growing so absolutely fast that we completely overloaded our old database, and I'm confident that the new database will go live within the next week, and then you guys are going to see a lot more new features coming out faster. We try not to just talk too much about the back end and the database stuff because it tends to get a little bit in the weeds, and I know you guys are looking to see some of these new features come out the door. So we want to stay more focused on that. But great to see everybody here, and yeah, I'm happy to support as well.
Absolutely. And I kind of gave we've got a ton of users on here that are, they've maybe submitted us some of the great feedback we've been getting over the past couple of weeks during this database upgrade. And like I told them earlier, we're going to have, a couple weeks to a month of just, you're going to see that feedback taken definitely into account. We're going to make sure that you're taken care of, and features are going to be flying very soon. So
and I mean, even as I'm looking through some of the feedback that we're hearing, like if I bring this one up here from Peter, make columns clickable like a spreadsheet. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. This was the reason we couldn't do this actually was a limitation on our old database. Sorting was just particularly hard, and it was costly with our previous database. With our new database, which is Postgres, sorting becomes a lot easier, sorting and filtering. So thank you for that. And even if you drop these things in suggestions just like this, we always keep a running list of prioritized of those feature requests that you make, so we can get to them as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I thought this comment from Peter, this is when he hopped in the stream about 10 minutes ago. I thought this was great. So thanks, Peter. We definitely appreciate the support from our great, fantastic users like you. Ed's asking about changing from 20 meters to 40 meters using rig control. All you got to do is type in the frequency you want to go to. If you've got rig control connected, it will, automatically update your radio to that frequency. So, looks like Jason had to jump 7-3. Jason, have a great day. Ernest is asking if we can sync records with Logbook of the World or QRZ. Ernie in Pennsylvania. Yes, you can import your Logbook of the World records into your World Radio League account. Very easily. We're getting ready to release a video on that process. It'll be out in hopefully just the next 2 or 3 days. And QRZ, we've already got a video out on that integration. It's bidirectional, so you can export your logs to QRZ, import your logs from QRZ, keep both sources updated. That one is that video is already out on our YouTube channel. Go check that out. Great question. VE3 RSI says, love this app. Great to hear that. Awesome. Brent Hefner from West Virginia. Hello. Glad you're loving World Radio League. See here, let's see what other questions do we have here. Dan's asking, he says, don't think the summary is available on the Android app. Lots of people are only using phones or tablets now rather than laptops, desktop computers. Well, the great thing about World Radio League is it's web-based currently. The primary app is web-based. We're working on a desktop app. We've got the mobile app. The web-based version you can pull up on a phone or tablet, use it just fine. The mobile app is it's a compact, portable friendly, offline capable version that you can take, do a POTA activation. It's built for POTA SOTA activators, plus anybody else who's wanting to use it portable. But it's streamlined for POTA activations. It's absolutely fantastic for that. So you can use it offline, go log your contacts offline.
In the summary, does he mean more like the statistics, Dan? Like the stat?
Oh, he's talking about this the logbook stats. I showed the logbook stats earlier. I think that's what he's talking
Oh,
about.
okay. The logbook stats is
This
coming
right
to the
here.
mobile app soon. We will
Yes,
have,
yes,
and then
absolutely.
I might even be able to show you guys a preview.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I'm going to hit a couple more of these comments. Woody says, I love the World Radio League logger so much. Easier than Kiara said, hello, TW. Great to hear. Great to hear. Matthew Crook, hello from South Carolina. Could you add where I could log multiple call signs when logging contact, comma separated, a POTA with 3 ops, for example? This is in the works, guys. We are definitely planning this. We've got it on our roadmap, and like we said, here after this database is finalized, and we make sure you guys are going strong, taking care with our with our blazingly fast new system, then we'll be cranking out features like this probably once again on a weekly. We were cranking out, but we were cranking out so many features every week or 2 weeks, and we're planning on getting back to at least that schedule, if not even faster. So yes, stay tuned, because this is definitely in the plan. Dan is referring, he says this about internal spots. He's referring to a question earlier. He said he found self-spotting sometimes spawns 2 or 3 versions of the same spot instead of updating an existing spot. So this is actually a really good call out, because whenever he like changes frequency, then it has an old spot plus a new spot with a different frequency. So definitely add that to our internal team discussion. Did you get that page pulled up, James, yet? Or
I did. If you guys want to see a kind of cool preview of the stats page that's coming to. Kind of 2 versions here, you can see here left and right, but this is an initial mock-up of what the what those stats are going to look like for a quick reference. So you'll get a new stats page. The maps page is also getting an upgrade. So if you want to kind of take a little preview look at what's coming, it's
you
gonna.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, you're gonna get some. You're gonna be getting some new map themes as well. So
for the mobile app, we've already got them for the web app. These are for
exactly.
the mobile app. Yes,
exactly. So you will get some, and these will be also have some customization, so you can personalize your maps. But this is just a little live stream special, so a little just bonus for folks that join the live stream. You get to see a little bit of some of the stuff to be excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. Great demo there. Johnny is in the Arctic part of Norway, LA60EA. Says great logging program and excellent service connecting to bug reports. Thank you, Johnny. Great to hear you, Johnny Leo. Great to hear from you. Thanks for hopping in the live stream. I haven't seen you before in a live stream, but glad to see you now, and keep coming back. We do these fairly regularly. Michael says, sometimes I notice that people's location is wrong when on maps. Is that a glitch or a user error? How do I change my location temporarily when I'm doing a POTA as an example? So whenever you add a POTA park to your logbook, that automatically updates your location for that logbook. So as you're logging those contacts, that's going to put you in the correct location. If there's like a specific map that you saw that somebody's location is incorrect, what I would recommend doing, please do this, because we want to see what's going on. Screenshot that, put it in a bug report, send it to us so that we can take a look and see exactly what's going on. Make sure that there's, if it's user error, it's user error. That's totally fine. We can, if there's too many instances, we can even record a user guide on how to, make sure your location is properly set. But if there's like a bug of some sort on our end, we definitely want to know about it, and we want to take care of it as quick as we can. So if you see something like that, just submit a bug report, and we'll take a look at it. All right. Andy Cowley, he is a Ham Radio live stream extraordinaire commenter, and we're glad to have him here in the comments. And he's saying we're both 5'9", so great
I
Great
think
to
he
hear
was
from
giving
you, Andy
a
Cowan.
check earlier. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Tom, W9TEF. I mentioned this on the community forum, but I'd love to have little lock icons next to all or key logging form fields to toggle whether you want them to freeze until unlocked, like a frequency or a park. Which is actually, that's a pretty cool idea. We'll definitely add that to our internal
That's interesting.
discussion.
I
Yeah.
hadn't thought about it that way. I
Yeah,
like the way that
me
you're
either.
suggesting it, Tom, because we do have in the plans some more advanced like logging settings. A few things that we've heard are some people don't want all the bands and modes to be available in the dropdown, right? And so they want to be able to eliminate some of those. And then sometimes another example is some people like where if you, let's say you type a call sign into the call sign field and you're not using cat control, we can make it so it just updates the frequency automatically to match whatever the person's been spotted on, to just to help you. But some people don't like that, right? Because you maybe just you entered your frequency yourself, you don't want it to change. But this is a new way I hadn't thought about it, of like a lock icon where maybe you press that lock and that field now just can't be touched.
Whatever's in there stays until you unlock it. That's really a cool idea. Yeah, thank you, Tom. I've added that to our internal chat, so we'll definitely be talking about that. Thank you for that. Great suggestion. Joe he's KD3B, member number 574. We got a founding member in the house. Great to see you, Joe. Love that we can upload QSOs to QRZ from the QSO manager. Yes, that is an underrated feature. You can upload your QSOs to QRZ from the QSO manager. Any chance that we will be able to upload a park activation logbook to QRZ without using QSO manager? So it's actually a really cool thought. Let me look at something here while we're streaming. Let's see here. Yes. So if you let me share my screen. So Joe, well, that was the wrong button. Let me try this again. Joe, if you want to, it's actually very simple the way we have it. All you've got to do is grab this filter by logbook. And this is using QSO manager. But I'll show you how to do it here, and then we can discuss, other possible options. But using QSO manager, you can select just the logbook and then export to QRZ. So that's a very, very simple way to do it using QSO manager. Select just the logbook you want to export to QRZ. Now, I think you're asking if we can do it like go into the logbook you want to export and export just that logbook to QRZ. Similar to exporting an ADIF file. That's actually a really cool idea. So once again, I'm going to grab this comment, drop it in our team chat, and we can talk about that. So, do you have any thoughts here, James?
I'm kind of going the same way that you are, where so you can go to QSO manager, you could filter by the logbook, and then you could export to QRZ that way. But if we added a button on the logbook that said exported to QRZ, we could add it as a QRZ level, or a logbook level. So you could do it logbook by logbook instead of. So I think we should add that. I think it's a good idea. I would say that if you use the QRZ integration, it should just do it. If you turn on auto export, it'll just it'll export everything in real time, and it'll export everything. Mm-hmm. So you don't even have to do it at the logbook level, really.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's something I do. And it's kind of funny because as one of the members of the team here at World Radio League, I'm like doing test contacts every once in a while, and I'll go and look at my QRZ logbook, and there'll be like all these random contacts in there because I've been testing the logbook. But
I know.
if you're just a typical user, then that's
That's what
very,
happens to
very
me
good.
when I go to a Hamfest. I'm like always demoing out of my own
Yeah.
account. It's like I end up with all these fake contacts, and then I'm like, then I have to go back and like, just
Clean 'em up,
the
yeah.
trick is to put them all into one logbook so I remember which ones are fake, so I don't end up with
Yeah,
a bunch of
yeah,
fake users. But if you go
yeah.
in, if you go to your integrations page and you go to
Mhm.
QRZ and then you turn on the auto export feature for
Yeah,
your QRZ, then you don't even have to worry about,
yeah.
selecting which ones you want to export. It'll just export everything.
100%. Yeah, and it's awesome. It's really smooth. I mean, it's like you just keep logging contacts and you never know that it happened. And you go to, you go look at your QRZ logbook and they're all there, and it never misses. So really, really cool. Matthew Crook asked us a little bit ago about the the comma separated call signs, and he's just saying great to hear that we've got it on the roadmap, and it's
Let me
definitely on the
see.
roadmap.
I think I can tell you exactly the priority number on that.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
I'll just tell you. We kind of have a system internally. Heck, we might even just open it up on one of these live streams and just show you guys what's coming. I really don't mind, but we do have like a list. So comma separated is currently in the critical status, and it's already ready to be developed essentially. So
Yeah.
I can,
I think we
that'll
did some
be.
prelim work on it already, but we're not, we haven't really implemented it fully yet. So
Yeah, Andy, you actually coded that one yourself,
I
remember?
kind of did some quote unquote vibe coding with AI on that, getting some prelim work done, but it's definitely going to need some developer expertise before we before we finalize it.
Nah, don't worry, we'll get it cleaned up for you. But hey,
Yeah.
like you got your name and the contributions on the code base. That's what
There we
matters.
go. There we go. All right. Jose saying, will we still be able to use cat control on the web app after the desktop version comes out? I hear it's going away. So the plan here is version 1 of the desktop app will be a separate app from the cat control app. Version 2 of the desktop app will be the desktop app and the cat control app merged together. This is the plan currently as it stands. Will be the two apps merged together into a single app. But you'll not only be able to use the cat control portion of the app for your desktop app, yes, you will also be able to use it for your web app. So it'll be fully cross compatible, fully synced. And yeah, you should not have any issues there. That is the plan as of right now, James. Unless I missed something. That's what I understood as of the last conversation.
Yeah, you nailed it, Andy.
All right, sounds good. Brent Hefner, I think he's saying, if you log multiple contacts, will it tell you when or if you have worked a ham before? Yes, this is a really cool feature. And James, did you work on this one? Is this one that you got your name in the code base?
I built this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let
I'll
me
show
share my
you.
screen here. Oh, you
Oh
got it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. No, you
for it.
go for it. You go
Okay.
for it.
Okay, so yeah, if I go over here, let me try to remember somebody I've worked multiple times. I think I worked Rodney's old call sign several times. I can't remember if I've worked his new one, AE5TX. Apparently I haven't worked him since he's got his call sign upgrade. But if I go KJ5FWC, I think that was his old one. Is that the right one? Yes. See here, it pops up number of times contacted for QSOs. I can click this view button, and it gives me a list of every time I've contacted that call sign in the past with the option to view that contact. So really, really cool implementation there by our very own James N0WRL, CEO of World Radio League. So,
yeah, and I'll show you something too. If you search him in the call sign bar at the top.
Yeah.
And then go to his profile. I added it on his profile page too.
Really cool. I think I'd have to go to AE5TX because that's his
You've got a contact with me too in the logbook if you want.
Oh yeah, good point. N0WRL. I probably have multiple ones with you now because you're one of the call signs I test regularly.
If you look somebody up, it'll say you have, you've got a bunch of calls.
I think I've only one of these contacts is actually real because I've tested your call sign so many times. But yeah, you can see here the list. And another thing that's really cool is you can see here, if I go back to your page here, I put in this call sign note HRP and WRL boss. This is like a single note that this isn't a contact level note. This is a call sign level note. So you can, like, if there's something you want to remember every time you work somebody, you just put in this note on their profile, and then when you work them.
You want to see something funny? Here, I'm gonna steal your. Oh yeah, show that.
If you don't mind, I'll just show this real quick. If I work them, then here, this note pops up right here. I can click view. I can edit the note here. But if there's something specific you want to remember about a user, you just drop it in that note, and it pops up every time you work them. So really cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if I go to mine, I'll show you guys a special note I have here. I said I'll look up Andy here. Let's pull him up.
I don't know if
I want to see. You want to see what your note is?
What's that?
Says some crazy guy who helps on WRL. So if I'm logging and I go into this logbook and I type in0apx, that the user note that I wrote about him also shows up on the call sign lookup. It's the same note. It's like my notes about.
That's hilarious.
About Andy.
That's absolutely hilarious. So great question, Brent. Thank you for asking that. Woody is happy to see our design demo that you gave us earlier for the mobile app. So
nice.
Thanks, Woody. Dan says that looks fantastic. That's what he's been missing. So we'll be looking forward to that. Stuart says, Andy, is there any possibility of having WRL log with Grid Tracker when doing FT8? Yes. I need to get with Brad on this and record a full video on this whole process. But what I want you to do is go to community.worldradioleague.com, ping Brad in K4AZE, and he's got a whole basically a document on how to set this up. Just a set of instructions on how to set this up with Grid Tracker. And he can send that to you, and he's got the process down. I need to reach out to him and grab those instructions and do a full video on it. I'm on a Mac, so I haven't run Grid Tracker a whole lot, but I can grab a Windows. I have access to a Windows computer, so I just need to grab one and record a video on it. But absolutely, Stuart, great question. If you want to, go to the community and have Brad just shoot you those instructions. K4AZE, I think it's at K4AZE is his handle in the community. Community.worldradioleague.com.
I'm gonna drop a link in here too. I think I found the most up-to-date one as well. You can try that link and see if it works.
Awesome. Thank you. Rob says, good day to all. He's been in here. He says SO 124 satellite pass soon. So great to see you, Rob. Have fun working the satellite. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham, one of my local ham friends, lives very close to me. Good to see you, Dave.
I didn't realize. I've met Dave. Good to see you, Dave. I didn't realize that does make sense that he knows you.
Yeah, Dave, KE6GAE. He lives. We've gone to a couple ham fests around this area. He lives not very far from me. So great to see you, Dave, in the chat. Johnny Leo says, Mr. Septco mentioned the wrong location on the map. Is it the case that if the program doesn't have this available, a default location is entered? Yes, in some cases, depending on the situation. Sometimes if there's like what do I want to say? If somebody like misenters a call sign or something, and it's like a call sign that doesn't exist, it will it'll put it in a generic location. Or if it's somebody who has no location information entered, which those with most of our, if you're using like our QRZ lookup service, then that's typically not an issue. But some of our, if you're using our free third-party lookup service, that's it's sometimes there will be a call sign that hasn't been updated in that service yet, and it will do that. But usually lately we have not been having as many issues there. So if there is an issue, report it to us so that we can take a look for sure. Absolutely, Brent. Glad to know that.
I was going to add something on that one too. I think We haven't really added much documentation about this, but what I refer to our lookup system, I call it World Radio League Smart Lookup when you're looking up a call sign, because essentially it's not using any one service per se. So like, let's say that you enter in a call sign and we know where the user is because they're active in the spots, right? Like you enter in a call sign that happens to be active
Yeah.
in POTA. Well, we're going to use
Yeah.
the location from
Yeah.
the spots. That's going to take
Yeah.
priority. Now, let's say that they're not in spots. Well, the first place we're going to look is see if they have a WRL account, and if on that account, then they have set their home location. We'll use that.
Yeah.
Then let's say that they don't have that. Then we go to, okay, do we have any other data? FCC data, QRZ data, HAMDB data. And so we kind of go down a list of priorities to find what we think is the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're planning on an upgrade even to our internal system that should make it even smoother and faster, and some upgrades. Potentially, I hesitate to say this because I know you guys will really want it when I say it, and you'll start asking for it even more. But potentially down the road a little ways, we could even have an offline capable lookup system potentially. Eventually, I'm no promises that it's going to be in the next month, but or 2 months or 3, but potentially, before too terribly much longer, we'll have an offline capable system if all goes to plan. So keep a lookout for that. And don't bug our developers. They're doing too much hard work. No, I'm kidding. We're built off of you guys' feedback. So we appreciate all the feedback we get. And our
Yeah, in fact,
developers are
I
working
even don't mind,
extraordinarily
like,
hard.
I don't even mind the little bit of passion that we get behind, like when somebody's like,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, I really need
Yeah.
this," or
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Hey, this thing is really bugging me." Like, don't be afraid to let us know, because
Absolutely.
sometimes,
Absolutely.
sometimes in the shuffle of all the things, having a reminder of somebody telling you something, even if you kind of already knew that you wanted to build it, like even if we were kind of already planning to build it and then someone reminds us, sometimes it helps give it a little priority bump.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Now, James, one of our most requested features on these live streams is the desktop app. And so, if you don't mind, I'm going to just quick maybe put you on the spot a little bit. Where are we at? What's your timeline on this?
Okay,
What are we doing?
I love this question, because me and you have been going back. Me and Andy have been going back and forth about the desktop app. And so basically, as we get out of the database upgrade, that's going to be done over the next week. I'm confident if it, mark my words, if we come on this live stream and we don't have the new database done by Monday. We could put me in the doghouse. I'll wear a dunce hat. We can just, you can make fun of me, but we'll have the database done by the next week. After that, I'm dubbing the next phase of development Project Phoenix, because, it like a phoenix rises from the ashes. We got a brand new database. We're gonna have a Postgres beautiful schema that we've designed from the ground up, which is super organized, and it's going to give us the capability to do a lot of analytics and dashboarding. I'm a big SQL guy myself. Like, I love SQL, and we're getting out of this document database store into a SQL database. So during Project Phoenix, what I think you're going to start to see is a lot more analytics dashboards that are just kind of appearing in your account. You're going to see a lot of new awards that you can earn and challenges that you can complete. And so what me and Andy have been debating about internally is, how soon do we then kick off the desktop app? Because the desktop app is a new project and it's more back-end heavy rather than sort of the analytics and awards, which is much faster to develop. And this is not even counting all the other features that we're going to be adding, like the map customizations for the mobile app, the new statistics page we were talking about, adding comma separated operators, some POTA enhancements. Yeah, so many different things like that. So Project Phoenix is what we're calling it. But I think we'll have to I think me and Andy will just have to debate it out, man. Or maybe we'll just do a vote on maybe we'll do a vote on the live stream. It's like, would you guys rather have 10 new analytics dashboards or the desktop app? Like if you had to pick, you had to say, do I want 10 new analytics dashboards, all my POTUS stats, all my band and mode breakdowns, all my contest stats, new leaderboard updates, all of those, and awards that you can win. And you're going to get both of these, but which one do you want first?
You want to do just a live poll here? Or you want me to throw something up that lasts like 3 days in the Discord and let people vote on it over there?
Let's do it on. Well, I don't know, but you're better at the social stuff than I am.
Let's throw it up on the Discord, guys. I'm going to give you guys a Discord invite link. Many of you are already in our Discord. I'm going to invite the rest of you who are here for the first time into our Discord, and we're going to watch the live stream channel. No, watch the feed, the general channel, and we'll throw up a we will put up. Why is this not? Let me grab a link here. We'll throw up a poll here in just a few minutes, and you heard it here first. James is challenging you to tell us which way to go with this. So 10 new dashboards or the desktop app. We've already got one vote for desktop app and one vote for stats. So we'll we'll see what happens. That's just in the comments section. I will throw this poll up in Discord very shortly in the general channel. And tag everybody.
This is a great pun. WRL database, the sequel.
The sequel.
Oh gosh, I don't know if that's terrible or good. I can't.
That's awesome, Tom. I'm a fan. Of course, I'm a dad, so dad jokes get me every time. But yes, I'm a fan.
I told Andy, you just need to bring your daughter on the live stream, or just hold her up, and our viewership will go through the roof, and we'll get so many new subscribers.
Yeah, the cuteness factor is through the roof. So Michael has a quick question for us. Sometimes I get an automatic update on the software, and then I seem to run the updates just by using the system. Is there a way to read about what each release has as far as new functionality? So in our weekly email, we release new features, fixes that you guys have suggested. We list all those out in our weekly email. So if you're make sure you're subscribed to our weekly email list. And then also we will regularly release videos on new features that are available. But yes, check the weekly email. That's the most reliable source of truth as far as what updates are here. Dave says, love the fact that we went with Postgres.
Yeah, I love Postgres. It also has so I'll tell you a few good things about Postgres. It's very, very performant for analytics, which is number one, because today, if you're in the system today before the upgrade and you go to the leaderboard, sometimes you'll get a spinner for like 10 seconds. That's going away. Like now with Postgres, these things are going to be so much faster. Yeah. Postgres is also really good for like geospatial things, so like latitude and longitude mapping and all of that. And then the other thing that it has that's really good, it has these sort of JSON-B data types that not all SQL databases have, but that allows you, if you need to store some JSON data in a database field, kind of like a document database, but it makes it easy to just kind of throw some extra data. Like maybe you have some data about your contact, it doesn't just fit nicely into a column. You can do that too. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can keep rolling. It looks like we've so far in the comment section. I'll put the poll up here. I'm actually putting the poll together right now. In the comment section, we've got 3-1 for the desktop app at this point. Just had to point that out. But yeah, if you want to keep rolling here for just a second, I'll get this poll up.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh, you know what? I just reread this, and the other thing that I'll just say is we talked about the location of the other person in call sign lookup, but I did want to just give a second and talk about how your location is determined, right? So if you go to your profile within World Radio League, light mode or dark mode, and you click my operating
Light mode.
location, one of
No, I'm
your
kidding.
one of your operating locations is set as your home, right? So if I go into this operating location, this has my details, has my address, and I've got it set as my home location. You could also just enter your grid square, or you could use a map to actually just place yourself on a map. These are kind of like your saved places you're going to operate from if if you're creating a logbook. So when you create a logbook, up here in the right, we call this the quick settings bar. So the quick settings, you'll have where you can update where your location is, or you can again link and you can go back and check your locations there. Now, this changes if you're adding if you're doing a POTA activation. So if you were to create a new logbook and say POTA activation, then whenever I choose the name of the park that I'm at, now you can see the location settings and you can see that it's automatically pulled from park US 0662. You know what? Another thing too, Andy, I think we might as well just remove this section. Do you think anybody's even using this? I don't use it.
I don't know, guys. Are you using this section where you can preset your frequency when you open the one thing it does is if you put in a frequency, then you can auto spot immediately whenever you open.
Immediately.
Yeah. By the way, James, as I'm finalizing this poll here, do you want a timeline on this, like say in the next month and a half, or do you want me just to leave it kind of open ended on this poll?
So I would say if you had to choose, like it's the month of October, right? So because you're going to get most likely you'll get both of these things before the end of the year. But if you had to pick one, so you get new analytics and dashboards in the month of October, and I mean you could even because the desktop app is pretty hard work. We could even expand it to say, do you want 15 analytics and awards dashboards for
on the other hand, I think we've got quite a bit of preliminary work on the desktop app already in progress.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The plan for the desktop app is it's going to basically look and feel just like the web app, except it's operating offline first as a downloadable app. So it's still going to have the same interface that you're used to, which is nice.
All right. So, guys, it's going up right now, open for 3 days. I just posted it. Vote. Would you rather have in the month of October, would you rather have 15 new analytics dashboards to track your contact stats or the offline capable World Radio League desktop app? Go vote now. I'm going to tag
and
out
those
everyone
votes matter because we're going to
Yes.
have to make a decision on this soon. So thank you, those who are checking that out. And then K6GAE, it's Dave, right?
Yes, Dave.
Okay, Dave. I need to get a video put together showing how I'm using virtual ports with Win4 Yaesu, and that would be an awesome video, Dave. That would be sweet.
He's already done some really good World Radio League videos, so thank you, Dave, for the support you've given us.
I think you covered this one already from Michael.
Yeah. Looked like we had a couple new ones down here. Dan was talking about that section that you were showing. He said doesn't use that one. Dave says, is the desktop app an Electron app?
Yes, Electron. That's what we're going with. So you will need, I mean, I don't know if I want to give like exact specs on what kind of machine you're going to run on this on, but I mean, you're not going to want to run it on a junker, right? Like you're going to need at least somewhat of a decent laptop to run this on, 8 gigs of RAM, probably.
Which these days is pretty basic. So
yeah, I mean, you can get
pretty common.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I think that's the main thing is like you probably eat up a little bit of your RAM with an Electron app.
Yeah. And this is this is going to give us opportunities, like I teased earlier, a possibility for some offline call sign lookups, but we already have offline, park database data for the mobile app, and that's going to open up those possibilities for the desktop app as well. So it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I might have. Okay, I don't want to speak too soon, but I might have an unboxing of a new antenna that I can do live here. If this is what I think it is, then I will share something cool. But anyway, keep it going because I don't want to. If not, then I'm just going to be opening some random package.
While he's getting that together, guys, go ahead and throw any more comments or questions you have for us. We're probably going to be dropping, at least I'm going to be dropping probably here in the next 15 minutes or so. But what you got for us, James?
Okay, so I'm rebuilding my home station right now.
Cool.
And I just got this in the mail. And this, look at how this thing is huge. This is from myantennas.com. It's an InFed half-wave 40, 20, 15, 10.
Cool.
It's rated for up to 200 or 2 kilowatts.
2 kilowatts. That's insane.
Yeah. It also has a ground connector on here as well.
Yeah. Cool.
And oh my gosh, I mean, this thing, I am so excited about this. I've been waiting.
Incredible.
I've been waiting for a while for this.
A shack antenna. That's a solid shack antenna.
Exactly. Like basically, my thought process was for an InFed half-wave for the home. This is where I live. This is going to be my main HF antenna. So I was okay with spending a little bit more on an InFed half-wave for the home. And it's really going to attach nicely to where I plan to put this. Wow, I'm excited about this. So there you go. It's a live on the fly antenna unboxing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that performs for you. That's incredible. I really need to get some better antennas up. Right now, all I've got is a dipole that I built out of like a Walmart cricket cage plastic casing. The only thing I have up for my home shack. And honestly, right now I've got my G90 I've got sitting here running my home station, because you can see behind me, if y'all did not hear our latest QRM podcast episode, go watch it. But right over there is my Kenwood TS570D on the bench, because had some issues that I'm having to fix, and hopefully that will be turned into a video on the Ham Radio Prep YouTube channel. So go subscribe there, and hopefully that video will be up soon.
This is a great question. So I actually did have an 80 meter for a while, but because of the way my lot is, I basically didn't have the space, because I was kind of running it diagonally and it kind of got annoying, and I had to run a super long coax into my shack. And so now with this one, the 40 to 10 is going to go from the corner of the roof of my house, where I just installed my new 2 meter, 70 centimeter diamond antenna for my VHF, UHF local comms. And it's going to connect to the same point, and my coax is going to run together with that. So, but I am a little bit sad that I'm not going to have 80 meters on this. So I'm going to have to figure out something else for 80. But there's all these different kinds of wire antennas that I really, I've heard all kinds of great stories about. I can't remember one that Jim, the lead instructor at Ham Radio Prep in 4BFR, sent me, was like this enormous loop that you do all the way around your yard.
Oh yeah, those things are crazy.
It's crazy, but I mean, people for like the really high bands, like I've heard people have some really good results with those. So maybe who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'll find that if your radio has a good tuner, then your 40 through 10. Yeah, there you go. Your 40 through 10. If you have a good tuner, I think you can probably work some 80, potentially. But honestly, if you're 40 through 10 gets you a lot of the active hams. 80, 160, those are active, but probably not quite as active as as 40 through 10. Of course, you'll want to definitely be able to, if I think you're with the tuner, you should be able to get 30, 17, and 12, but those are some good bands, honestly. Depending on the time of day and what have you, those can be some pretty good bands too, to operate on. So those are ones you don't want to overlook, but 40, 20, 15, and 10, those are probably the primary ones as far as HF bands go.
So I wonder, I guess is the theory with the Sky Loop is just that because it's so long, it can kind of find a resonance on almost any of those frequencies. I wonder if that's kind of the antenna theory behind it. Because as far as I understand, I don't believe a Sky Loop is necessarily cut to a very specific length, similar to how like an end-fed half wave is, or the center fed dipole.
You want the AI generated TLDR?
Yeah. Give it to me. What does it say?
let me share it here. So I'll share it and read it off here. It says, here we go. It says a Sky Loop is a full wavelength horizontal loop antenna known for its broad bandwidth, quiet reception, and gain over comparable dipole. The general theory is that the current flows around the entire loop, creating a magnetic field that is largely balanced to reduce noise and deliver stronger signals compared to other HF antennas. Its radiation pattern depends on height, but at low heights, it favors NVIS, near vertical incident skywave, for local contacts. As height increases, it becomes suitable for longer distance, low angle DX communications. So once again, that's the AI generated TLDR, but
this is cool.
That sounds pretty accurate to me. I think that's a really, really cool, and it pulls from some really reputable articles. So I think that's a pretty accurate representation.
That would be a super fun build.
Yeah.
And so it's
a super huge build.
Yeah, it'd be huge, but I mean, I live on half an acre. It's not huge. I mean, you've probably got some space, Andy. I imagine.
Got 5 acres. I could probably put up a pretty big loop if I wanted to.
Yeah, but, and some NVIS would be very cool. So for those who aren't familiar, I'm probably gonna botch the name, but NVIS is near vertical
incident
skywave, which is essentially, whereas usually HF, you're getting more horizontal radiation pattern. With NVIS, your radiation pattern is more vertical, and if you're reflecting off the ionosphere and coming back down, you're hitting people on the HF bands, but much more
7.3 DC. And we also have a Sky Loop expert in the chat here.
Yes. Josh Cook. Awesome.
I have a Sky Loop, almost 600 feet of 14 gauge. Highest end is at 62 feet. Imagine this, a 600-foot wire in the air, the highest end at 62 feet and the lowest at 40, fed with ladder line. So ladder line is basically, and Josh, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's basically two strands of wire perfectly separated at the correct distance for feed line. And it's got all these cross braces in it, basically, which is why it's called ladder line. It looks like a ladder, and you use it to feed these loop type of antennas. So fed with ladder line all the way into the shack. No balun. A balun is basically a balanced to unbalanced adapter, kind of with using a toroid, and un is an unbalanced to unbalanced version of that adapter. And he's also got a Palstar HF auto tuner. He can work 6 to 160 on this thing. That's literally 50 megahertz all the way down to 1.8 megahertz, something like that. That is huge. That's absolutely incredible. I'm gonna have to do some research into Sky Loops now. You guys got me interested.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even just the name Sky Loop, like you just hear that and you're like, okay, I need this.
Yeah. Josh says he's not an expert. He lives on 10 acres with lots of trees. Well, so far you're the only one of us who has a Skyloop, so that makes us an expert it makes you an expert in our book. The birders. Wait, this is Caleb, by the way, James. I don't think you were here while he was here earlier. This is Caleb. The Birders Way. KF8EYE is his brand new technician call sign. Just got licensed like 2 or 3 days ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great to have you back. And yes, Caleb, we are on a tangent talking about Skyloop antennas. So you came back at just the right time. There we go. Josh says 450 ohm ladder line has nearly no loss and picks up very little RF or noise. I need to get some ladder line. I found it to be a little pricey, but I need to just get some and try some experimenting with it because it seems like such an awesome tool. I've also got he also says the auto tune will tune your you tune your mother-in-law to 1.2 or better. Wow, that's a pretty good.
No comment. That's the best advertisement, Josh, for the Palstar HF Auto. Whatever Palstar is paying you, Josh, it needs to be more.
Oh my lands. Oh, that's funny. All right. Okay. James, I'm gonna have to dive here just very shortly, but guys, remember to go vote in our poll over on the Discord general channel of our next month worth of features. Would you rather see the desktop app plus maybe a couple of small things we have on the agenda, or would you rather see 15 new analytics dashboards, awards, that type of thing in your account? Let us know over on the Discord general channel. There's a Discord link here in the chat a little ways. I'll post it again for those of you who are just joining. Go check that out. And then feel free to share that link with your ham friends and anybody else that maybe not be watching this stream but wants to find out more about World Radio League. Share that. There is definitely some definitely a lot of good discussion over there in Discord. Community.worldradioleague.com is another good place to go. You can tag me at N0APX. You can tag James at N0WRL. You can tag Brad at K4AZE. We are all most of the time on standby. One of us is pretty much always on standby. And all of us are on standby a lot of the time. So sorry. Yes, you did show up for the end. We're going to be dropping here very, very shortly. Dan is voting for the stats and maths. So those are coming to the mobile app. I would say those are coming to the mobile app soon regardless, because we can have one developer probably working on that. What would you say, James, as far as the mobile, mobile app here?
And the statistics on the mobile app is like that's in the really top priority. So that'll definitely, regardless of the vote on the Discord, that one's going to be within the next month.
Soon. Yeah. And Jose is asking if the new stuff will be in the new mobile app update. The next mobile app update is going to be released at the time we release our database upgrade. So be on the lookout. We're going to have, we're going to let you guys know when we make the database transition. And we're going to, James, is there anything that you need to cover here about what to expect with the database transition, or are we good there?
No, we're good there. I mean, we'll be sending out at the time that it happens. We'll send, because there is going to be a scheduled downtime. So, I mean, the entire app is going to go down for a couple of hours. And it's not really a big deal. I mean, we'll try to schedule it at times when hopefully, we're not catching too many people in the middle of a POTA activation or something.
Yeah.
And this is not like a thing that's going to be regular. Like this is like a one and done.
One and done and never look back.
never look back. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, we're going to try to schedule this where it's going to land completely off most people's POTA activating time. It's going to be, we're going to pre-schedule it so when it's going to be here. You're going to have just a couple hours downtime. You're going to be back up and running. Once it's over, We will not, just because the current mobile app is connected to our current database system, you will not be. We won't allow you to use that system. So after the upgrade, so you'll have to just do a quick mobile app update, and then that will be basically the current mobile app connected to the new system. And then after that, we'll be looking at those other updates. So, is that fair, James? Is that a fair
100%.
analysis? Okay,
100%.
all right, sounds good. And in that case, guys, great to see everybody. James, any final words before we drop off?
No, I'm just super grateful for you, Andy, for setting this up. You do an incredible job on these.
I have a lot of fun with these. Thanks for coming.
You seriously do, and every time I have the opportunity to jump in, I love hearing the feature requests and the engagement from everybody. It's just really inspiring it gives you a little bit of an extra kind of push when you go back to work on this stuff, and you know that there's, Dan on the other side, for instance, waiting for that stats to come out. It makes it kind of fun to try to get it out sooner and do a good job on it. So really appreciate everybody for all the support.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for jumping in to watch this live stream. Thank you so much for everything you guys do, all the suggestions you give us. We so appreciate it. And we're looking forward to a fantastic October full of very fun surprises and very fun World Radio League advancement. Guys, keep staying out there making contact. 7-3. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll catch you next time. I'm N0APX.
And I'm N0WRL.
See you down the road. 7-3, everybody.
7-3.